Welcome to No Stats, where we call it how we see it.
Back again with another one. Woo!
Yes, sir.
Let's get spicy, man.
What you got for me today, bro?
Everybody love top five. So we're gonna go with our top 5 players in the playoffs right now. We're gonna rank them 1 through 5. We're gonna give a little why. Maybe throw a little stats in there, because, we're no stats. So we gotta do that. But
Who going first? You going first or I'm going first?
Can I do the honors?
Yeah, please.
I can do the honors. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go 5 and then to 1.
All right.
So number 1, it was very, very hard.
You said you was
me.
gonna go 5 to 1.
I meant number 5. Number 5. Excuse me.
Oh,
Excuse me. My fault. My
right.
fault. Number 5. It was hard for me not to put Jalen Brunson right here. So my 5 was Devin Booker. Averaging 35 points a game, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Been scoring the ball at a very high clip. I think the way the Suns is like built right now, and I know we was talking about the pressure that they got him back home, but I think a lot of it's on Devin Booker going forward. KD's still trying to figure things out, but Devin Booker's like the one familiar player out there, and the way he's been looking in these games, bro, has been phenomenal. So I had to put Booker there at 5. Number 4, I got to go Jason Tatum. His consistency, scoring the ball. He's averaging, I think, almost 30 points a game, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. So I think he's making better plays. He's finishing stronger at the basket during this playoff stretch. And he's going to be key for these Celtics to get back to that promised land and finish what they started from last season. So I got Jason Tatum at 4. Number 3, and I felt like after the game 7, I could have had him a little higher. But number 3, Steph Curry, man. And
3.
At 3, after that big game 7 performance with the 50 ball, reminding everybody who the fuck he is, reminding everybody who the Warriors are. Steph Curry comes in at number 3 right now. He's averaging 34 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And he's gonna be, similar to, Jason Tatum leading, but I think with, Klay Thompson struggling, still trying to figure out, find his stroke again. Jordan Poole's been having seems like mental issues, as far as keeping his head in game. I've been seeing Steve Kerr bench him a lot, just because of his body language and shit like that. I think everything's gonna all be on Steph Curry. This goes as far as Steph goes. So that's why he's coming in at number 3 right now. Number 2, I gotta go Nikola Jokic. Mr. Yoke Daddy, man. Mr. I know we're not doing the stats, but Mr. 29, 14, and 8. Whew. 4-1 first round.
I'm glad you put him on your list.
2-0 second round. That is insane. I can't wait to hear your damn list so I can ball you up like the piece of paper that you are and put you in the fucking trash. Nah. The way Jokic controls the game, and he's not a LeBron as far as that type of control. He's not a Kevin Durant as far as that scoring control. He's not Magic with his passing, but I feel like he has so many of those intangibles. If you need him to get 30 in his matchup, he'll get 30. You need the triple-double, he'll get the triple-double. But he takes what the defense gives him, and I heard Mike Malone say this, he doesn't try to go out there and force the issue or force himself to get a triple-double because he averages on the season. He's playing basketball. He's getting all that shit by making reads, making plays, just naturally hooping. And I think if they can come out of this, which I don't want to see, if they come out of this Sun series, I think a lot of people are going to start giving Jokic more flowers, and they're going to
Yeah,
take
for
this
sure.
Denver team a little bit more serious. So I have Jokic coming in at number 2. And number 1, I mean,
Hemi.
him Butler, the him god, Jimmy Hendrix, Mr. Extensions in the
right.
summertime, Mr. Wake a motherfucker up, I do this, Mr. Move Wade County over a little bit, this is Butler County now, baby.
Playoff Jimmy.
Come on, man, 35 points a game, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, bro. You knock off the number 1 team in the first round as an 8th seed. After coming through the playing some tough games. Then you get
MSG.
now you're in the Garden. You will your team to victory after being down at the half. Just he's the best player in the playoffs right now. Just as far, and you spoke on this too on our last Jimmy Butler segment about like his leadership intangibles and what he brings to the table. Like he does so many little things as like cutting, rebounding, guarding the other team's best player. Things you want from that lead dog. He's a dog, bro. One of the big dogs. And he's the biggest dog in the playoffs right now. So that's my top 5 players in the playoffs right now.
I like it.
What do you think of my list?
I like it, bro. I like it. I would move some around, and I don't have Jokic on there respectfully, just because I feel like Jamal Murray has some big games. I feel like some games Jokic kind of disappeared. I feel like he might be 6. Matter of fact, he is 6, but he just ain't.
Honorable mention. He where Jalen Brunson at for me.
Yeah, and then that's a perfect segue because I got Jalen Brunson at 5. I think what he has done, and I know it's a playoff talk, but what he has done up to this point from regular season and in the playoff to get to the Knicks somewhere they haven't been in a decade, in the second round, knocked off a Cleveland team that, at least I think a lot of people thought were more talented. No one had the Knicks slated just going this far in the beginning of the season. And Jalen Brunson goes out there and it's all heart and game. I think Jalen Brunson is probably like 5'11". Looking at him out there on the floor, but he leads those boys, and got them in the second round. I know they're down 0-1, but I think they'll come back and make this an interesting series. So I got Jalen Brunson at 5, just out of respect of what he's doing for the Knicks. At 4, I have Jason Tatum. You mentioned this. You mentioned the stats, but I just think Tatum is, he's solid. You know what you're getting from Tatum at this point. Been to the finals. He's still trying to get into that elite tier. But I think he's doing everything needed and necessary to get there. Of course, a ring comes with that, but sometimes the team accolades blur, what an individual player is doing, and I think he's been that guy. And he's continuing to grow in that guy each series. He even played well in the Sixers loss. And I think he'll continue to, and I think they'll pull this series out. And it's looking like Boston, in my eyes, is going to get to the finals at this point.
I can see it.
At 3, I got D-Book. I think Devin Booker is just, even that last series against the Clippers, 47, 40, how you want it, I'm getting buckets. Doing
30
it efficiently.
minimum.
Yeah, and his game is so pretty. Like Devin Booker has a nice game to watch.
Nice game, and he got that talk with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah. And I think he's been, and no disrespect to KD at all, but I think this is Book's team, and I think he's been showing that, up until this point, and he's been the best player on the Phoenix Suns. At 2, I have Curry. It's not much more to say. I think that Game 7 alone deserves to put him at 2. On the road, 50 points. I know we spoke about this, but that was phenomenal, bro. That was
insane.
Like you can't take your eyes off the TV at that point. And you see Curry turning that corner. Curry's always played well, right? He got the championships, but to prove it. But his play in the playoffs, prior to last year wasn't held to the same standard or didn't match his play in the regular season that unanimous MVP. Like, he was going off in the regular season, 30 points a game. Like I said, unanimous MVP. But then sometimes in the playoffs, Steph Curry took a backseat or for whatever the reason was, the game slowed down. But that's why he didn't, everybody was bringing up the finals MVP, and then he let KD come on the team, and KD kind of took over as that main guy.
Kind of stunning his growth a little bit too.
Yeah. So it was good to see him bend that corner and be that main guy and kind of cement himself and let people know I'm here and I am who I say I am.
Let me ask you real quick. Is he getting better with age? Because it's like, I think so. What Curry's, 34? 35?
Yeah, I think so, bro. You know why, though, bro? When you can shoot, right, you see the shooters last the longest in the league. You see Ray Allen, guys like Kyle Korver. I think J.J. Redick could have went longer if he wanted to. But you see the shooters kind of last longer because they just run in and shoot. And they're not really playing too much defense, the pure shooters at the end of their careers. But the fact that Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, he's not, damaging a lot of his, his body and getting that wear and tear on the defensive end. Because you don't think of a lockdown defender when you think of Curry. But, he's staying out of those trenches, which I think, and it's hard. Like, how do you guard the three? How do you guard Steph Curry? It's a different game, man.
Much, and the piggyback off the body part, like, he's done so much to transform his body. Like, Steph Curry's so much stronger now. True. To where, like, now he could take them bumps from them 6'8" dudes, knock them 6'8" dudes off, get that separation. Because you used to knock him off the screens as he's running through, ball him up a little bit. Chill, man. Curry like 195, solid. Solid shooting that thing.
He definitely transformed his body, and it didn't mess up his shot at all. So Curry game speak for itself. And then one, like you said, Jimmy Butler. I mean, it's been crazy.
You talking about wait, him?
Heavy. Yeah. This is crazy, bro. What he did in Milwaukee and how he did it to, as you like to call him, 6'5", a.k.a. Drew Holiday, a guy who we, put on a pedestal defensively as a two-way player. That was just phenomenal, bro. That was crazy, and he was letting you know it. True leader. Got this Heat, another guy who we don't think this Heat team is going to be where they are, go from the play-in to the second round, and I think to the Eastern Conference Finals. I just think that speaks for itself. So, yeah, that's my 5. And like I said, Jokic is 6. It's kind of crazy to think how we were talking about this off air before we jumped on. We wanted to jump on that Lakers future prop for the championships. It's funny to think that not one Laker is in our top 6, but we think they can win a chip. That's team
I didn't see too much consistency in that series from the horses. Like, AD was like this, Bron was like this, but I think
Hachimura was the most consistent player of